their voices. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your great blue bus behind you right there.
Well, I'm Amy. And I'm Amy as well. We both are members of Bus 52, which is a project that is traveling around the country on the bright blue bus behind us, tracking down people who are doing inspiring things for their communities, and making short documentary films about them.
Mm-hmm. And you are traveling from where to where?
Well, we left Maryland, just outside Washington, D.C., on the 8th of January, and we're trying to hit California by June, and then for the second half of the year, we'll be going around back up to across the country, back to the east. So we'll finish, hopefully, in December. And we are in Austin, Texas right now.
Oh, great! And what is the purpose of your trip with this bus?
Well, we started this trip because there's a lot of people doing some really amazing things in this country and in this world, and they don't get their chance to share the news. A lot of the news that's reported is not necessarily the good news about people who are doing big and little things for their community. So we're trying to give those people an opportunity to share their inspiring stories with other people so that they can see things are not so bad and maybe become inspired to do things like that for their communities.
So you're kind of some kind of messengers of something good, and you are going to scout for people that are doing something exceptional in their community, right?
Yeah, we're just looking for people who are doing something. It can be something very, very big or something very small, but just anything that touches people's lives and makes a difference to people and just fixes a problem in society that isn't usually addressed.
How many people do you see every day?
Well, we do about 2 stories a week, and during those stories we get to talk to some really amazing people, but outside of those stories we spend a lot of time in like RV parks and state parks and campgrounds and Walmart parking lots and different things like that. So we run into, I would say, a broad spectrum of folks from a bunch of different experiences, and it's been really great. We meet a lot of new people, which is one of the best parts of what we're doing.
Give us an example. I'm asking you both to give me 2 different stories. Like, I have a hard time because you're both Emmys, so I'm going to start from the Emmys on the left and ask her which one is the best experience you've had so far, the most interesting person you have met in your trip so far.
It's very difficult to answer a question like that because we've met so many interesting people, but one of my favorite stories was one about a man who started an organization to teach young women and older women how to learn self-defense because his own daughter had been murdered, and he wanted to make sure that everyone else could defend themselves against anything happening. And it was a truly inspirational man who was turning an awful situation into something that would save a lot of people's lives. And he was truly inspirational. He was really amazing.
And for you, Amy, what was the most interesting person or story you have encountered in your trip?
Yeah. Well, I think that outside of stories, we've met some cool people, and one of my favorite moments so far is I was buying some stamps to send some postcards home to family and friends like that, and our bus drives past the window, and everyone in the post office is just like, what is that? What is that doing? So we had the opportunity to chat with a bunch of people, and once I got up to pay for my stamps, I realized I didn't have any change, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh no, let me just run up the bus, and
a woman, the woman who was working the counter was like, no, I got this. You're doing such an amazing thing. I can't believe it. And so, and then everyone else was just wanted to know everything about what we were doing, and came out and met the bus, and it was just kind of a funny experience. And people, I don't know, it's nice to meet just the people who think we're doing something cool, because sometimes we're just like, what are we doing here? But meeting people who are just nice, good people.
So, how did you before this trip? Did you know each other, or you just met by randomly, or were you chosen, or how did you pick the team?
Well, Robert, our founder, he's the one who thought up the idea. I went to university with him, so that's where I met him. And Chris, who's on the team, has known Robert since they were tiny. So that was the base of it. And then we needed some other people to come and join us. So we put an application up on the internet, and Amy and Stephen applied online.
A sophisticated Craigslist, more or less.
And is it the bus is like a big camper? I gather, right? Is it like where you live and where you eat and where you do all your video and researches, right?
Yeah, Stanley is our life. He is a 1984 International School Bus, and we bought him in Texas from a couple who had already renovated the living area and then the kitchen and bathrooms. And then Chris used to do all of his music composition from the bus, but he has his own studio van now. But yeah, we live, we eat, we sleep, we have fun. Everything is
in the bus. How has the weather been in these last few days for you? Good? Or
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's sunny. It's warm in Texas. We did have a few hairy moments a few weeks ago when we were in Tornado Alley, and there were tornadoes popping up everywhere around us. But now it's beautiful and sunny.
Yeah, we got the 1 week of spring in Texas.
So this trip, have you ever done this trip before? All the cities that you are going through, have you been there before, or is your first time?
I've been to the US a few times, but mostly it's just the East Coast and once to California. So I've seen hardly any of the places we're going to. So this is truly amazing for me.
I think I've done the most traveling in the States out of everyone, and I used to live in Philadelphia, and I've lived in Texas, and I've traveled all up and down the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, and I have family in Alaska, so I've been out some places west. But there's a lot of the country that none of us have ever been to, so that's kind of exciting.
So this is different because you usually travel by airplane, but this is a whole new concept of traveling, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the entire country. We're driving down all those tiny country roads and big highways, and we're seeing it all, which is really great. Very beautiful.
Yeah, we were driving down a road last week, and we saw tumbleweed and everything. One of the tumbleweeds got stuck in our engine and broke one of our fan belts. So that was interesting. But we are seeing big cities. We're seeing the middle of nowhere. We're seeing everything. Great.
Who takes care of the problems? Like if the bus has a problem, is there somebody special you have, or you just rely on the local businesses?
You'd think that going on a trip in a bus that one of us would be mechanically inclined, but none of us understand the bus at all. So we've had to rely on local people who've helped. We've had some absolutely wonderful places work on the bus when we've been broken down. But last time, when our fan belt broke, Robert fixed it himself. So we're now becoming slightly better at dealing with problems with the bus.
As you go, you learn, right? Not only about people, but also about the bus. So, what are your expectations on this trip? What is your would be your dream fulfilled at the end of this trip?
I think that one of the main reason I wanted to do this was that I love knowing and understanding people and meeting people. And I have learned so much about the world that we live in already this year. And I think that it's so great that we're able to share that with other people. And I think that at the end of the year, I hope that I can say that I've met amazing people and that I better understand the world that we're living in, especially the good parts.
Yeah. And I hope that people see our videos and see the fact that there are people who are doing great things out there, and that it isn't always the negative news that's on television that's making up our world, and that there are interesting people and people who are helping. And I think we'd all like to inspire that in others as well.
Yeah. The message basically is that there are some good news if somebody has the courage and the time to go look for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, the bad. Sorry.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can do it. I think that if that's something that we've learned, is that the people who are doing these things are just like everyone else. They just have decided that this is something that they need to do, and they are going to do it as long and as well as they can. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy, but anyone can do the things that these people are doing.
Of course, the news that they make the head from the bad news, and usually a bad news is more makes more noise than the good news. But if you like to dig deep enough, you can find some wonderful people, right?
Exactly.
And this is the message. And
yeah.
are you going to write a book, or are you going to make a documentary, a film? What is your next step when you come back home?
Well, it kind of depends, I guess. So far, we're funded through June to keep telling our stories and keep finding the people who are doing these amazing things. And I think that a goal that we'd all love is at the end of the year to be able to make a full-length documentary, sharing these stories with everyone and anyone. And I'm sure some of us have started writing books in our minds, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I think we would love to do something, maybe something even more interactive, like a time capsule of sorts, sharing the stories, a more interactive way of dealing and working with it. So, yeah, we'll go where it takes us, really.
Yeah. After this, when you come back home, do you have another project, or you're just working on this one as a one project by itself, and that's the end of it, or you are going to look forward to something new after this?
Well, I have to go back to Scotland to finish my master's program, but I think the idea is that this project would be able to continue with other people if they wanted to take it over, and if we get the money and the funding, that someone else could take the bus and go around looking for more stories, because there are always people who want to tell their stories. There are always people who are doing great things, and they're there if you find them.
Yeah. We're only telling 2 or 3 stories a state, and when we look at what we're going to do in each state, we find many, many more than just 2 or 3. And so it would be great if other people wanted to continue the project, because I think it's a valuable experience for us, but it's a valuable experience for the world.
So you feel you have grown in the last few weeks going through this as persons?
Yeah. I think personally we've seen some pretty difficult stuff, because there are people doing problems which are everywhere in society. So we've seen some difficult situations and some very sad stories, but I've felt that I've developed as a person because I've seen the fact that people are overcoming these challenges, and that people are strong, and that society can make a difference.
Yeah, I think that it's a different perspective, definitely, than I started out the year with.
Who does the cooking?
We all do. Amy really does love cooking. I enjoy it too. We occasionally have to prod Stephen and Chris into cooking slightly more than the others, but we do make sure everyone has their fair share of cooking and cleaning on the bus.
Mm-hmm. You have any animals with you?
No, I would love to have a puppy. We have done so many stories on puppies, and everyone at these parks always has a couple dogs. I think one would fit right in on the bus, but everyone else seems to think that it's not a very good idea.
No, especially when you're riding on a bus like this. Yes, it's probably more practical not to have them, right?
Yeah, we think so. She's very persuasive though. So by the end of the year, she might have twisted our arms enough to get a small dog.
You find it easy to get along, all five of you, or is it you have because when you get into a vacation with somebody, I've had the experience myself when it's more than 2 or 3 people. It's not easy to get along very well. Somebody wants to do one thing and somebody wants to do another thing. How do you manage that? How did you get along?
With surprising ease.
Yeah.
We all definitely get on each other's nerves, but no more than, your first roommate would or something like that. And I don't know, I think we all entered into this situation with the mindset we're living on a bus with 4 other people. It's 40 feet by like 10 feet of space that you're sharing with a lot of other people with very, very limited to no privacy. So, I don't know, if you want to do something like that, you must have a mindset that might work with other people who understand what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, I think we've been very lucky because we all have things in common, but we're all different enough to make it work. And we do have to balance our social and our work life because we do have to work on the bus and we can also relax on the bus. But I think we've been doing remarkably well. So we all still like each other.
No tears, no screaming yet.
You're in this adventure all together, so you like working as a team, I guess, right? And you're not in a 5-star hotel, so you have to adapt a little bit. Sometimes you give, sometimes you take, but at the end of the day, you all get along very well, right?
Yeah. I think it's more fun than if we were in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
There is no, I'm sure. There is no smoking, I hope, right?
Nope.
No smoking, no drinking, no. So it's a very healthy environment.
Yeah. Sometimes. We have a thing for cookies, but
we eat an awful lot of cookies.
So what's your usual menu? What do you usually eat? How do you feed yourself? You stop by some restaurant sometime, or just use your kitchen and that's it?
Well, we definitely like to soak up local flavor when we can. In Kansas, the team went to a barbecue place in Wichita that's supposed to be one of the pig in, pig out. It's supposed to be one of the best in the country.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I cook a lot of Tex-Mex because that's what I grew up with and that's what I'm good at. So if it has jalapenos in it, I'm down to try it.
Yeah, I saw that T-shirt on the site about the pig in and pig out that one of the guys was holding out for a picture, right? That was fun. And now, what else would you like to add that is not being said, like something that's special you wanna say about your trip? Is there, you have a site, right? I see you on Twitter, I saw you on Facebook, I saw you are in G Plus too, and so everybody who wants to contact you, they can find you through Bus 52. I see a quick search on Google renders very fast your site, and from there you can take all the contacts, right? So you're pretty interactive, I guess.
Yeah.
We're on every social media site there is. Amy is our social media expert, and she will make sure that we are on anything that is social media.
Yeah, I'm personally addicted. So we're also on Pinterest and Foursquare and Instagram. I just got Vidi, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, we like to. It's a fun way to meet interesting people who may not find us otherwise.
That's right. Like for us, it was a very interesting encounter because it happened just by chance when we met the other day with Sarah Hill. That otherwise we wouldn't have the chance to ever meet or hear about each other. Like, you know, I'm from Italy, and I think this is a very interesting story that I would like to spread around here also in this country, because this is amazing. I mean, when I heard about you, I was like, oh, you know, every Italian's dream is to do coast to coast one day with a car or with a motorbike, and you're doing it with a bus for a good reason. So I think this story will appeal very well also here. And it's like, you know, that's what is great about I think about Google Plus, the fact that you can meet actually these people from all over the world and be in the same room and having the chance to meet somebody you never would have met in any other circumstances. So is the interactive world, and we are part of it, and it all connects to the web and to the. So I saw you are everywhere, and so we will keep looking for you and keep track of your trip. And I would love to see a movie out of this or a documentary. If somebody would like to help you, is there any way they could help you on your trip, or is it how you get funded?
Well, we're funded by a combination of corporate sponsors and individuals who have very generously donated to us. So we've been working on getting the funding for a couple of years, and as Amy said, we're funded up till about June or July. So we're going to keep working to try to make sure that we can continue till December. But yeah, so we've fundraised ourselves to try and raise the money for it.
Mm-hmm. Great. So, anything else do you would like to add? Do you have a dream? Do you have something that you would like to you would like to talk about other than what we did? Something that you want to add on before we close the interview?
No, I mean, we funding is something that would be very helpful, but we also need stories. And so if anyone thinks that they're doing something and they need to be recognized, or they know someone who's doing something, we'd love to hear about their stories. We want to hear their stories. So that's, I think.
So anybody who has a story can contact you via any social media and tell them that they have a story, and you would be more than glad to go in there and listen to their story, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and the email is hello@bus52.com. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to hear from anybody and everybody.
Okay. Great. So, I think this wraps it up for us, and I thank you for being with me tonight and to share your experience, your great experience. Maybe we can hook up again when you get to the West Coast, and for another update on how everything is going with you, and if there are any changes, or if you had the opportunity of meeting any other wonderful people and you want to tell us about. So I thank you very, 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 very much, and it was a great experience for me to talk to you, and say one last thing, a message, both of you, a short message to the world that you would like to convey with your heart.
Just that I would say that we would love people to be inspired by our stories, and if you have a dream, if you've had an idea about how you could help somebody, do it. People just run with their ideas and they can make them work. So anyone has it in them to make a difference.
Even if you don't have the money, even if you don't have the time, even if you don't know how you're going to do it, just start doing it, and the world will help you. You just have to start, and you just have to ask.
That is a great message. Okay, so thank you very much again, and I'll see you in another city with another story, and the best of luck to you, and congratulations for your great project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ria.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.